Hello, please have some voice. Hi, still no noise? Hello? Hello? Oh, you hear me? Hi, can anybody hear me? Hello? Let me know. Oh, thank my goodness. Okay. Oh, hi, everybody. Hi. Oh my God, it has been so long. I haven't done the live video for years. Almost have a heart attack. Okay, so it's just about 10:04 and hi. Okay, so we are going to start to working on our project now, and feel free to text me any message. So I hope my screen is nice and clear because I'm always I have a problem with the zooming. So okay, if you cannot join me, you can watch this replay, no problem. And I hope by now on everybody have already received your rubber stamps and your paper kit. So the so the paper kit may be slightly different compared with the one I'm using. So don't worry about it. And then before we started, a lot of you guys probably already know that I am kind of switched to the digital. So you with this online workshop kit, you should be able to download 8 of the image. Some of the image like a background, the background stamp, we won't be able to make a digital image. And there's something like this, we won't be able to do the digital image. So the octopus, the sheep, the pre-mantis, the frog. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 image, there is a digital image ready for you to download, and I will working on more video to share with you guys how to use it. So, and then some of the digital image like this one and this one is just the die cut, which can match in your stamp. So, I don't know, a lot of you guys not into the digital, but that's totally understand. But some of you guys are into the digital. So digital things, you can do a lot of things. So this is just some idea. See how cute it is. Okay. And then the best part is you can make a big, you can make small, and then you can change the shape. You can do the scrapbooking pages. It's not just a card. Okay, so they have a lot of things you can do. So this is just the beginning. I am only use the one shape. Later on, I will combine Local King's digital image with something else. I'm going to just show you in the second. So for all of you, if you have a purchase list kit, you should be able to download the digital image. And then I have already uploaded a lot of videos to share with you guys how to use it. But let me show you something else. Okay, so I have been very, very busy creating, okay, and then kind of quiz for you guys. Hello, to find out which stamp this set belong. So King in Alaska, you probably know this stamp set because you helped me to name this combo set. Okay, So if I finish 50 of the cards in any shape, I really enjoy it. And then actually, and I design a easel die cut to holding any kind of shape, and then you can just flat it, and then you can mail it, mail just like this. Okay, so there is a lot. I just want to share with you guys. For example, this is one of my stamp size jellyfish. It's only one jellyfish. So the digital is fun, and that if you own a Cricut, the design space can do a lot of things. I actually make this card. I just change the size and then welding it together. I use the design space to do it. So if you guys like to learn, know more information, I will definitely create a more like a basic. Can you do sound calling? Yes, you can. I will show actually in today's video. So if you guys like to learn, just let me know. I will love to share with you the process and more video. Okay, so like this one is also one of the stamp, and this is actually kind of digital too. This is one of my background stamp, and then this is one of the stamp. So the digital crafting, you only need a Cricut machine with a design space. And I'm sorry for the broader scan and card user, because I found out the broader scan and card user is not really beginner friendly. It will work, but it's much complicated, and then you will probably just give up right away, because even for me it's a challenge. And the plus, if you own a broader scan and cut, you have to purchase the extra program to be able to print. So if you're thinking about to purchase a die cut machine, highly recommend to get a Cricut, because most of my video is using the Cricut, and this design space is just an awesome, very easy program to use. Right, King? Because King tried octopus. So you can see how many cards I create. Like this one is one of my background stamp, and then the sea turtle is from one of the Caribbean stamp set. So there is a lot of things you can using the digital image. So once when you learn the basic, you are going to love it. Okay, so like this one is a fish, and my wolf. This is the stamp I designed in probably 2007 and 2008 when I started my business. Okay, so and the one more list is another great example. This is one of my stamp set is called Peaceful Neighborhood. And then is the have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deers. And then I use the design space, nothing fancy, not Photoshop, not the illustrator, just the design space to design this card like that. And then you can make it big, you can make it small. I really wishing everybody just give a chance to try it. So this is just a fun. And then remember this is stamp set. And then somebody want to see the cat. So this is the cat. And I'm working on the video. And then this is one of the stamps that from the full sale. Okay, I'm using 100 pounds cougar white, and then I can run the cougar white, 100 pounds cougar white to the printer, no problem. But not everybody have the printer which can print the 100 pounds, right? So what you're gonna do is you can printing on the 80 pounds cardstock, okay? And then when you cut it, one is with a printing image, one without the printing image, and then you just mount them together. That's like a 160-pound thickness. So yeah, so they will. There's a lot of trick and the tips, and then I would love to share with you guys. So this is what I have been doing for the past few weeks, and I really enjoy. See, like this dancer is one of my stamps called the Free Spirit, And then there is a flamingo. And then some of them, they can just stand standing on the table, flat surface, no problem. But any shape, you just create at least a holder. And I use acetate. If you don't have an acetate, you just use a cardstock, 100 pounds cardstock. And then any card shape, they can stand on the table, no problem. Okay, so that's what I have been doing for the past few weeks, and I really enjoy it. And today we are going to working on our 11 cards. Okay, so, and feel free to pop out any question. The host, yeah, who ship card. Okay, so it's 100-weight card start. And then if you don't have a laser printer, what you can do is you just printing on the regular computer paper, right? And then you bring to the Staples or the printing station. I'm sure in the US they have a lot of those kind of service. And then you bring your Cougar White cardstock, and then you can just bring to the printing station, ask them to make a photocopy for you. The black and white usually is a very reasonable price. But if you want to use the alcohol markers to color your image, you have to use a laser printer. If you use like a inkjet, they will smear. So, but there's also a lot of a different way to color. You can use the markers too. Local King's marker is a little bit bigger tip. It's good to color directly on the stamp, but there's a lot of water-based markers. Okay, so that's start today's video, and then you all should receive this print copy. So I put the numbers here, and then we are going to just go by numbers. Okay, so feel free to craft together and just shoot me a message. Okay, so like this is another one of my stamp set is called the Quiet Time. And then I think this one I designed in 2015. So when you watch those cards in any shape video, try to take a look which stamp set that was it. It's kind of fun to go to my website and then see which stamp set. And then if you already have the stamp, so what you can do is you can just stamp it, scan it, and then create to become a digital image too. So leave me a message. Let me know you like to do that. I know you all spend a lot of money, bought a lot of stamps before, right? If you know a little bit, like if you have a scanner, you like to learn, hey, Lisa, could you please teach us how to transfer your stamp image to the digital image? I would love to share with you guys how to do that. Okay, so the only thing is the digital image that I provide is more detailed than the rubber stamp. So now actually when I go back to see my design, it's really worse now because I have designed a lot of stamps. And then I take a look at the design. I realized how detailed all those stamps were designed. So when you compare the rubber stamp, the stamp image, and the digital, the original design image, like before turn to the rubber stamp, they are a little bit different. That's why for Local King's image, when you coloring, is much easier than like a simple image, because the image have a lot of shading, and then it just is already built out. All you have to do is just a little bit practice, and then just coloring. And then you can, adult like adult coloring is very popular now. So I know a lot of you guys are totally against the digital image, but come on, now the car can drive without driver. And then now, unfortunately, the war, they don't even have to have a human come back anymore. They send the robot, the drone. So I was kind of joking with my husband, like a Terminator, this kind of movie, the robot take over. Probably it's going to happen in the future because the technology is really be a part of our big or world, and we have to give a try. And then this digital crafting can do a lot of things. But if you're willing to learn the base, I would love to share everything I know. So what you need is a digital die cut machine, and then unfortunately I won't recommend the broader scan cut because I found out it's really complicated to operate that machine. And then but if you have it, you just have to learn how to use it. And then but if you are thinking about to purchase one, this is quick cut machine, don't get a fancy one, the cheapest one. I'm using the Air 2, and then it worked just fine. Okay, so I share a lot of information. I just did a video. It's only take 2 minutes a video to share with you guys when your machine doesn't read the sensor line. What do you have to do? It's very easy to fix, but sometimes when you try to print and then the machine doesn't read, and you just got so frustrated and say, "Oh, I don't like the digital." Okay, so let's start today's crafting and join me. And I really missing to get connect with all you guys. It has been, the time is just fly. Yesterday, we saw a family members after 28 years. It feels just like yesterday, and then now we saw the family is 28 years later. This is a shame. Why the time is just flying so fast? Okay, and then currently at this moment there is a 25% off for the whole online store. If you guys want to give a try to this digital image, it's only $1.99, and then now it's 25% off. Plus, use this code local king 2025 after the workshop. There's another 5% off. So I haven't do a lot of promotion because this new tariff stuff is really killing all the small business. So it's a complicated, the shipping cross the border. So but now is ease a little bit. And then if you like to give a try the digital image, okay, this code and the promotion is good for 1 week. So it's a 30% in total. So you can give a try to those digital is instant download. Okay, the koi fish is everything I show you guys. They are going to be in the digital, but I still need time to upload listing to the online store. So just wait a little bit. Don't place in any order yet. I have to program another 5% off, and then it's good for 1 week. So just hold your horse for a second. Okay, that's a starter over today's project. I still love rubber stamping, and then but now I just kind of into this digital stuff. It's very addictive too. It takes time to create a video and take a time to transfer all the image to the digital. Yeah. Okay, so that's grab or paper kit. That's a lot of preparation. Okay, so that's started today's. Okay, let's see. The brother scan and cut. It was it was a very good machine. The reason I don't recommend brother scan and cut is they are matte. The cutting mat is so expensive, and then there is a way to cheat that mat, and then you have to use like a broader scan and cut their mat. So for the quick cut you can use a compatible mat, and then they work fine. But for the broader scan and cut, everything you have to use the broader scan and cut brain, even the blade. So that's why I don't really recommend the broader scan and cut, because and also the broader scan and cut, they only cut the outline. They don't cut any inter area. So for the image, they only have like a simple outline. They can tracing the outline, it's okay. But for some of the image, when they have like for this octopus, they are not going to cut the least section. You have to manually to outline this section. So I just find out it's a little bit complicated. You want something fast and easy, and then you can just start to work, right? You don't want to spend your time to try to figure out how to work. So that's why I did one comparison why you have to choose a Cricut than the broader scan cut, because the broader scan cut costs more. And then I just found out like all my image you want to transfer, and it somehow recently after they upload their program, they remove the ruler. So it's just I don't know. But at least quicker they keep updating their program. It make a better and better. So that's the reason I am highly recommended. Go with the Cricut. And remember, don't buy the expensive one, okay? The Air 2 it will work just fine. This is what I'm saying. For the design space, the Cricut one, there's no problem to cut the least section. And then they have a lot of a feature. It's very useful. Okay. So see these perimeters is actually can stand out just by itself. Okay, this is going to be my audience. I hate bugs, but all my bugs are very cute bugs. Okay, and then I don't know if you have followed me. Leave me the comment in the YouTube or Facebook. You might be the winner. I already sent the 4 cards out. I will send all the cards to you because I have a lot of cards sitting in my studio. And then I will send it to you. So just leave me a comment and then I will randomly choose the winner and then say, okay, you're the winner. And then please send me your shipping address and I will send it to you. And then you will get this card. So there's a lot of card waiting for you to claim. And then some of you guys already receive it. Right, King? You are the first one I sent. Okay. Okay, so the first one, let's grab my sheet. Okay, here is the sheet. And then let's grab a color block. So how's everybody doing? Okay, I am actually going to Japan and Taiwan in the end of March. So a lot of you guys knows I start my hobby. My hobby is a potter. I am a potter now. So, but recently Vancouver is very cold, and then my studio have no heat. Don't have a heat yet. So I haven't done any pottery for a while, but if you like to know what I'm doing, just make sure you like me on the Facebook because I put on the Facebook. Okay, so the first one is this happy birthday, the Baba Black Sheep. We are going to use, where's my ink? I have the, I have the cover, but I don't have the ink. Okay, so let me show you the rubber stamp image because it's a rubber, right? So the digital image, if you want to stamp image, and then how to say that? Because for the design space, all the image you download from my website is a PNG file. Is original design. So they are much detailed. But once when you turn into the rubber stamp, because it's a piece of rubber, they last probably 30%. No, not 30, 25% their detail. So you can still do that if you know how to use like a design program. You can transfer all your stamp image to the digital image, but that's another story. Okay, What happened to recovery? Okay, I have to go reading all the tax chart later. Okay, so we are going to ink our stamps here. Okay, gently tap tap, not too much. Okay, we're going to just stamp. Okay, and if you're looking for some Cougar White cardstock, Marcos, Kim, you're sick in bed? I'm sorry. Hoping you feel better. Okay. So we're gonna stay. If you are looking for the Cougar White cardstock, you can find it from Marcos. They are based in Ohio. So yeah. So this is the stamp image, and then let me find the. Let me find the. Okay. So this is a digital image. The best part of a digital image is when you can make it big, you can make it small. You don't lose the detail. You can even change the shape. You can make all your sheep very skinny or very choppy. So I gave one of the card to June, I think. Yeah. So I combine this one with the fence in the back. So there's too many things to do, but we're going to just start in stick with the basic for now. Okay. So now my ink is dry, and then we are going to use the white charcoal pencils. Okay. So and then we're going to just give a little bit highlight, so it doesn't have to be a lot of a detail coloring. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so we're going to do these. If you don't have the kit, that's totally fine. Just pick up the idea, pick up the technique, and try to use the stamp you already have. And I'm sure you maybe have a lot of a sheep stamp too, or other animal. So we're going to just give a little bit highlight. Okay, so I'm going to just put and this one is a white charcoal pencil. I got it from Michael's, two for $4.99 Canadian. It's a gray charcoal pencil. So I'm going to just give a little bit shading here and there. Okay, a little bit here. And then just a highlight a little bit here. Very simple and easy. Okay, here. You can even try to stamping on the black cardstock and use the clear embossing. And then you got a lot of a black sheep. I think that's very unique too. So it's very simple. And then I use the white chalk pencil, and then I just use the color pencil, and then we give it a little bit shading behind. That's it. Okay. So just a little bit here, just a little bit shading here. Okay. I think most of you guys are doing the car making rubber stamping because you enjoy the process, right? Not because you try to save the money. You don't buy the car. You probably one car costs you $100. Yeah, so that's duly key. Okay, so my growing. You can try the green, like a neon color. That will work just fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's it. And then we are going to stamping the bob. Okay. I did include a few of these little die cut pieces in your kit. Okay. So You can just stamp directly on top, like this, or you can make it like a 3D. You can ink it. Grab where's the tweezer? What you can do is you can do this. This year, we don't have any show schedule, so we didn't go to Clearwater this year, and then we can't go to the stamping away in the Cincinnati this year either. So, bah. And then you can make a 3D. Depend how important who you are making this card. Okay. I know this rubber stamp market is getting so tough. Okay, so that's the first card. And then my famous 3D eyeball. Okay, so new bowl, and I'm going to just do, it's stuck. Let me poking it. Haven't do a lot of crafting for a while. Okay, that's fixing. Okay, so we're going to use this eyeball. Okay, like this. And then you can use a stylus, try to smooth it. It's like a icing. Okay, I'm going to just do 2. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just use a little bit black. Okay. And then use the stylus or toothpick. Pick a little bit black. Okay. And then there you go. So, and then if you make a boo-boo, you can just use your finger to wipe off and then do again. So, okay, that's good. So, and then you can give them the eyeball when you have a time. So I'm going to put somewhere safe. Okay, and then go to move the next one. So it's a simple and easy. Any animal stamps you have, they can have the 3D eyeball so they can see. Okay, I'm going to put that away, and let's move to the next one. See, my sheep gets some weight. This is called the Baba Black Sheep. I designed it in 2013. No, actually, my sheep lost some weight. They are a little bit skinny. They used to be much bigger. Okay. Okay, second one, that will be the octopus. So, this octopus is awesome because you have the digital image. So that means is you can cut this octopus, and then you can stamp, and then you can make a 3D card like that. I really like these 3D cards. So you can just, I will create those small sentiment. So you can just put on top, and then you can make any kind of card. And then this coloring, it takes me probably 15 minutes. I don't know. Are you willing to spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes to make a card for your friend? but I really enjoy it. What you can do is you can I'm going to show you how to use a magic mushroom to do it, and then it's speed up much faster. Okay, so let's grab my octopus. So like I say, the card you get from your kit, maybe a slightly different. Where's my rack? Okay, and then I'm going to grab my octopus. And then, like I say, you can actually change the shape a little bit. You can like make it a little bit choppy, a little bit skinny. I just saw the Disney movie Hopping. It was actually a good movie. Go see that movie. It's fun. Okay, so I'm going to clean this one and put it back, and then grab one big acrylic block. This is a one big stamp. Okay, and then we're going to, you can use a darker blue, you can even use a black, you can use any color you like. Okay, I'm using this blue. Okay, and then when you stamp it, you can make sure open this way. Boo Boo is having a nightmare. Boo Boo, wondering what did he drink. Okay, so actually I want to open my car from the top. And then when I stamped it, I'm going to stamp it this way. Maybe this way. You can use the stamp positioner. There you go. Okay. If you like, you can put the clear embossing powder on top. That will make it better. And then I am going to using this metallic gel pen, and then I bought this one long time ago, and then recently I just found out to use. Okay, so one thing about this gel pen, I bought a lot, but they always turned out to dry out. And I found out this kind of gel pen, you have to storage them horizontal. You never storage them like this. I think same as the coping markers. I bought a whole set of coping marker a few years ago when I was in Japan. Not even 3 years. I think 1/3 of them all dry. I think because I storage them vertical. So make sure these kind of gel pen, try to storage them horizontal. Okay, guys, send me some message. I'm just worried maybe I have some kind of disconnection. You guys are still there? Okay, if maybe I'm talking to the air. Hello, hi, is there? You guys are still there, right? Can somebody send me a text message? Make sure. Okay, good. Once in a while, just saying hi, we're still here because you guys are so quiet. I'm saying, ooh, sometimes just get a disconnection. I'm talking to the air. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to use the gel pen just to give it a little bit touch out. So this gel pen is work well on the dark cardstock. So we kind of just coloring. How many of you guys are into the coloring? How many of you guys? You know, before, if you go looking for my video, you probably hear once a while I complaining, oh, I don't like coloring because I'm the person have a problem to color inside the line. But if you have been watching my YouTube channel for the like a cards in any shape, you probably see the way I color those copy marker is a little bit different. I don't really spend a lot of time doing the like a detail, try to make a realistic. I'm just coloring. I'm just try enjoy the processing of the coloring. Okay, yeah. So see, this gel pen is actually work very well on the black, like a darker cardstock. So it really pop out. Yeah. Galaxy marker. I have never tried the Galaxy. I think this technique it will work well with the pencil, color pencil too. So we're going to just color. Okay. So some gold color and then some silver color. You know, sometimes when those gel pen, it doesn't really work well. So this is what I tried. I will just dip them in the hot water for like 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. So, but you have to be careful after you remove away from the water. Just have to make sure you dry everything. Okay. And then like this gel pen, I have I have no idea how long I have this gel pen. So color pencil will do too. So you kind of just give a little bit highlight on the octopus. Okay, so this is like a green and the darker green. Okay. Remember storage then horizontal, their life will get a little bit longer this way. Yeah. So just, you don't have to color everywhere. Just a little bit. That's it. So what do you think? Not really complicated, right? We can give it a little bit red too. Let's see. Okay. Some pink maybe? Yeah. So give a try. Try on the different image. I think the jellyfish issue looks good too. Just remember, got to use a darker cardstock. Okay. So and then we are going to stamping the sentiment. Okay. So I'm going to put down my acrylic block. Okay. So remember, when you want to stamping the sentiment, okay, put your sentiment stamp on the acrylic block. Try to parallel the bottom of this with your acrylic block. Yeah, but the ones when you find that they have a crack on in the cap, how are you going to fix it? You going to tape it? I don't know, but you know, I use both the Copic and the Ohuhu markers. I like the Ohuhu markers, but the price is, and I think you guys can find a very reasonable um alcohol markers. So before I stamping on my car, just make sure I get okay, that's good. Horizontal. Yeah, they probably, but I think 1/3 are dry. That's that. Okay, and then I don't even bother to buy the reinker. I don't know where we can find the reinker in Vancouver now, and they are very expensive. The reinker. Okay, so nice, right? I will add a few more dots. Just idea. You can use the gel pen. Yeah, but I'm too lazy to go find the. I'm too lazy to go find the which one is has a crack. Okay, so that's the octopus. Well, it's actually pretty detailed too, but the original image is more detailed, and you can make as big as you want. And also, I have created a lot of video. Like most of the paper is a 12 by 12. It's very seldom you get a 12 by 24. But there's a way to make a bigger card with just 12 by 12. Okay, so if you like to learn, leave me a comment. Let me know what would you like to learn. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's move to the third card. Which one is number 3? Oh, number 3 is the sea otter, and then the otter card, actually, I sent it to somebody. Yeah, somebody who left a comment. So, today, actually, I'm going to choose a few winners from today's video, too. And I'm going to send you guys some cards, too. Okay, so the otter card, and then otter card, we are going to use there's a two-way to use this digital image. If you don't have a printer, okay, you want to stamp your image. Okay, so what you do is there's a two-way to use it if you don't have a printer to print the digital image like this. What you can do is you can still download those digital image, and then you just don't print. You just download it, and then anybody want to learn this? You just download the image and then change the print image to die cut image. So instead of this printing image, you cut a shape like that. And then after you have the shape like this, so you ink your stamp and then you put your shape on top of that stamp, so you can still enjoy the rubber stamp with the matching die cut if you want to. So if you don't have the stamp, but sorry, if you don't have the printer, you're not able to print. You can only cut, like for the broader skin and cut. You want to only cut. So what are you going to do is you just download this stamp image, and then you are going to change it to only cut, not the print and cut. So that way you will only cut the shape. And then, so my image is a little bit bigger image than the rubber stamp. So what you're going to do is you are going to use the ruler, oops, to find out what's the width of the stamp or what's the height. So you're going to find out, okay, the width is 3.25, and then you change the size to make this die cut fit your image. And then what you're going to do is you just do exactly like this bar. You just ink your stamp, use the tweezer, okay, put your cutting image on top, and then use another acrylic block put on top. So that way you can also have the stamp image. So that's another option for you guys if you don't have the printer. Okay, so give it a try. But for your kid, you already have a printer. we are going to use a magic mushroom to color them. So I'm going to find the color for my otter. That will be, give it a little bit light blue and a little bit gray. Okay, so gray color. Okay, I know a lot of the time people always ask me, say, "Oh, Lisa, when you color your image, the color you use is the color I will never think of to use it." You know what? Now there is a lot of things you can learn from online, the YouTube. Oh my God. I will keep trying to telling this robot one day is going to take over the world. It is real. Now you have any question, you just typing on the chat GBA, you get your answer right away. Okay, so let's use a magic mushroom. We haven't used our magic mushroom for a long time. And then remember, before you use your magic mushroom, they got to dip in the water, make a little bit puff out and moisture. Okay. So for this little guy, you can color with anything you like, and then I will I will do some video color with the other media land alcohol markers. So today, the first one, we're going to try to color with the magic mushroom and make sure they got to be moisture before they before you use them. And then we are going to use local kings marker to do something too. So it's very simple. Just brush a little bit color. You can actually use both. You can using using the mushroom, and then after that you can actually use a marker to give a little bit touch out too. Always start with a little bit color. If it's not enough, we add a little bit more. So gently brush. That's it. Fast and easy. Just to give a little bit color. Okay, and then now you want to use markers. Let's grab one of the markers. Just to give a little bit touch up. There's a lot of video online if you like to learn how to coloring with markers. That's it. I think that's good enough. Very cute little guy. And then I'm going to grab my seaweed. Okay, put this one back first. Oops. Okay, put this one first. Okay, and then seaweed here. Green. Okay, any intact. Okay, and then go to do these. And so reach. Same thing. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to use a foam tape. Okay, foam tape. Or you can combine with all the stem you have. Find some nice water waving background. Okay, and I don't want to use the black, I'm going to use the brown. Again, remember when you want to use the sentiment stamp, put the parallel with your acrylic block, and then when you stamp it, you are guiding with the edge of your acrylic block, not with your rubber stamp. So that way you don't get a crooked image. Okay. Okay, guiding with your acrylic block. There you go. And then I have a star here. Okay, how many of you, oh, I still get a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Okay, how many of you are crafting together? How many of you are making the cards with me right now? I know King is on the bed, relax. How many of you are in action? Good. Hi, Tracy. Oops. That's okay. That's good. Okay, 2. This year, Vancouver have no snow. We don't have a snow. What happened to my chips? This one. Hello. Okay. Ta-da! That's all our third card. So 1, 2. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next. Number 3, number 4. The number 4, this one is or panda. Okay, I think this one. Wildfire already? Oh, thinking or pray. Wildfire, isn't that a little bit too early for the wildfire? What happened to this word? Okay, let's grab our white card start, and then we are going to need the one, any kind of background. Now it's only March, the wildfire is already started. That's bad. Okay, so we're going to use this one is easy. Okay, I'm going to, what was the car? Okay, we're going to just use the black. Okay, or this one, if you want to give a little bit color, you can use the markers to just try to separate the panda and the bamboo. Okay, so I'm going to just keep it easy. Give it that nice stamp. Okay, very cute one. And then the background, I'm using this happy birthday background. Okay. I love this VersaFine. I'm just to find out their coverage is very good. Wing, oh. We BC used to, like Vancouver, we also have a wildfire problem. Okay, so I'm going to only use the, so my panda took 1/3 of my place. So hello, Linda. And then I'm going to use a 2/3 for the background. Okay, you can use the stamp positioner too. Something very simple and easy. Okay, and then I have some little heart. Okay, in. There you go. Something fast, and then wait until the black is completely dry. You can use a Q-tip to make the nose a little bit pink if you want to. Okay, so that's our number 4 card. Clean the stamps. put the back. Okay. And then I'm going to working on number 5 is our hippo. So the hippo, we are also going to use the magic mushroom. And look at the hippo, how cute it is. And then this is shape. You know, you can, the reason I love this digital crafting, because like this hippo, you can flip, you can rotate the image, you can make a big, you can make a hippo family. Too many. And then you can weld them together. You can create something completely different. That's why the digital is so fun to play. Okay, so then I need to put away my stuff and then move to the hippo. Well, but don't get me wrong, I still love rubber stamping. It's just a different chapter of my journey. Okay, so the hippo car, that's the hippo. Okay. Same thing, if you have a printer and you have a digital die-cut machine, you can just print and cut. You can probably see this one. I actually didn't have an offset because I use a brother scan and cut to cut this image. But later on, I think the image you guys got, I don't know, I'm not sure, does it have the offset or not. There's a lot of information. If you guys like to learn, like I say, leave me a message. Tell me what you like to learn, and then I will definitely create a video to share. So for this card, we're going to use the splash. I like this stamp. Okay. And where did my big acrylic block go? I was actually using it. It disappeared. Hello. Hello, my acrylic block. Where did my acrylic block go? Weird. Oh, found it. Okay. So I'm going to put this, clean it. If you find that your stamp don't ink well, okay, using the stamp block or eraser, staining the surface. So I'm going to also use this one for the background. I like this one because just one stamp, I get all the coverage, but you can just use the stamp positioner and then you can stamp few times. My acrylic block is dirty, so just want to make sure it doesn't drop. Ta-da! Okay, you can stamp another few if we want to. I think that's good enough. And then we are going to color the hippo. So this one I color with a alcohol marker. I always mix with the Ohuhu marker and the Copic markers because I know the Copic marker is quite pricey. So this Ohuhu marker, first of all, I love the name Ohuhu. And then they're actually pretty good markers. Okay, so I add and then the good idea is that when you want to do some coloring, just find some photo online and put on the side, and then just give you some idea when you coloring. Okay, so I'm going to color mine. That's a color or hippo first. So we are going to use our magic mushroom. Okay. I am going to give a little bit pink color. Okay, so you can use any media to color them. I'm going to just use a little bit pink first. Just gently brush a little bit color on top. Okay. And then we are going to, we can even use the gray color. Okay. The trick is always do a little bit, because if we don't have enough color, we can always add more. But if we make it too dark, we won't be able to change it. So just gently brush a little bit gray color. You know, the good coloring is actually slowly build up. If you are watching my YouTube video, the coloring part, I usually use the light color and then slowly build out. Okay, and then we are going to do a little bit purple. Okay, going to do a little bit purple. Okay, gently pick up. Okay, always a very, very soft color. Okay, give a impatient. Well, me, I was like that too, but now I actually enjoying coloring. So that's and then once when you finish the foundation color, what you can do is you can just give a little bit shading. Okay, and then now on the YouTube you can learn there's a lot of way. I am not the expert of coloring, but I enjoy the coloring. Okay, we are not like a copy machine. We are enjoy the processing. We are not try to create a print quality artwork, right? So the best part is we enjoy the processing. It doesn't matter your car is look like a professional print. What's the point, right? So I'm sure a lot of people they are doing the car making because they enjoy the processing, not like the final project. Yeah. Okay. See, I did a little bit purple, and then I'm going to just add a little bit red. See this marker? Let me see. Do I have any tiny crack? I don't have it. See, and then this one is dry. Too sad. Goodbye, my $5. Okay. And then see you have a foundation color and then you just kind of brush a little bit. This marker, if you want to buy some alcohol marker, it's very important to have a brush tip. And then when you color, okay, yeah. So like I say, you guys want to learn more detailing about the coloring, you want me like a create a video, you can see the coloring from the beginning to the end. Leave me a comment, let me know, and then we can give a little bit highlight. Okay, see, it's very cute. So like I say, my image has a lot of detail. You don't really need to be an expert of the like a coloring artist. All you have to do is just pick up your markers and then give them some colors. of course, the practice make it better, right? You have to ask yourself, you're coloring these because what's the purpose? Because you want to make a car for your friend, or because you enjoy the process of coloring? Okay, you're relaxing because you want to coloring. Okay, so for these grass, same thing. Just to give it a little bit shading. Okay, you can just brushing the color, or you can just or you can poorly sign. It's very useful. Or you can just put on the scrap paper, and then you can just really give them the color. Okay, so that's okay. And then anything else? That's in the so we're going to tape it. It's not a really complicated project. Yesterday was 13, Friday of 13, the 13th of Friday. Ah, why this one is broken again? Sorry, I'm going to try to fix this one. Can this one be fixed? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use another. Okay, and put the maybe after you retire. After you retire, and then you have a lot of time, and then you're going to need a hobby too. I don't want to stay killing the time. That's sad. Life is so busy. Why you have to kill time? I have too many things to do. Okay. That's my little guy. And then that's my grass. Okay. Yeah, even the Ohuhu marker, they have quite a few color too. And then they have a other brand too. They are so addictive. Okay, so this one is in the sending a hippo size smile. Okay, we're sending my hippo size smile. Where is my hippo size smile? Is it this one? But I found out that the Ohuhu marker is a good marker. Okay, again, we are going to put our sentiment on the acrylic block. Okay, and then make sure when you stamped it, you are guiding with the always testing first before you stamping on your card. Good enough. Okay. And there you go. Okay. So that's number 5. Number 6 will be my Prementus. Isn't that cute? My box. And then these car actually, I am actually very impressed. They can stand just like this. My audience is over there. Okay, Prementus is here. Okay, so you probably get one printing image. Yeah, my bugs IQ. I hate bugs. I don't do the garden work. because I'm so afraid of bugs because I don't know, they are just so scared. Katie's okay, what you color brain, everything is alright. Okay, they are no guessing which color blend works. Light, medium, dark. Yes, always a light, medium, dark. Yep. Okay, so this one, I think in your kit, I also give you another piece. So we're going to do both. One, I think the frog one. Oh, I'm going to, so you can use the ready print one. And also there's another paper. You can use the firm background. Okay. You can also color the background, but we are going to do that when we create our frog. So we're going to just use this one. And this is so simple and easy. We are going to just use a magic mushroom to color, or you can use alcohol marker, any media you like to use. So let's put this one. So you can, okay, if you want to use a alcohol marker, exactly, light, medium, dark. So see the way I color, I really don't worry about the, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. That's a medium. This is a light. So they actually can blending very well. But if you want to do that, hey, can you get a new puppy? What kind of dog? Bichon? So you can just use the light color. See the way I color light. Okay, and then medium, and then you use your light color, and then just blending. This cougar white cardstock is Bichon. Cool. This cougar white cardstock is awesome because I'm almost run out of cougar white, and I bought a pack of recollection from Michaels. The is actually 110 pound, but the is not as good as a white cougar white. So if you are thinking about to purchase some good quality cardstock, you can use a cougar white. But like I say, if you want to print and you worry about your printer, maybe cannot take 100 pounds cardstock. What you will do is you are going to use a 80 pounds cardstock, print on the 80 pounds, and then cut print image, and then cut just die cut image, and then just glue them together. See, this is Mr. Dress Up. Okay, you can see like this, right? But then now you see how thick it is. So I'm printing on just regular, maybe 80 pounds cardstock, but it have to be good cardstock. You can use a Nina paper, the one for the copy markers. And then this one, I did, I probably 7 sheets. And then look how thick it is. So there is always a lot of different trick to use. Okay, so and then we're going to, this is one way you can use the markers, I mean the alcohol marker, or we can just do, this is a fast and easy, or you can do both. You can give a little bit color and use your copy marker to give a little bit touch out. So I use a light green and I use a dark green. Gently circle around. That's how I give it the light color. Hi, June. Okay, so that's my background. And then this one. So like I say, actually this one is for the mountain, like this. Okay, your kit, it may be a little bit different color compared with mine. Okay, so for the or prementus, we can give a color. You can use the markers. I'm going to just do the fast way. So don't be afraid to use the color, okay? Use as many as you can. So like these prementus, I give a little bit orange. Do you know the female prementus bite the male's prementus head after sex? Ew! That's kind of scary, isn't it? Black widows. Thank you. Okay, so we give it a little bit orange and let's do a little bit green. You can use memento. You know, I don't really watch news, but I watch a lot of YouTube. Recently, I just watched a National Geography. They talking about there's a I don't know what they call in English. There is a fish living in the very deep bottom of the ocean, and they have a light in front of their head to attract the bait. What kind of fish they call in English? Do you guys know that? Okay, this is the amazing part. Okay, so they are living in the very bottom of the ocean, and then those usually the female fish. I don't know what they call in English that fish, but you guys always know it's very ugly fish. You have a light in front of their head, and then they attract the food. So usually those fish, they are female. Only the female one have the light in front of their head. So this is amazing. And then, so the male fish, they have to bite. Okay, they have to bite part of that female fish. Is that angelfish? Let me see. Let me do that fish. The Google is angelfish. Okay, so angelfish. Okay, only the female angelfish have the light, and they are living in the bottom of the ocean. Okay, so there's no light, nothing. And then the male angelfish have to bite part of that female angelfish, and then later on they become part of that female fish. That's kind of gross, isn't it? So go Google it. It's very, very interesting. That's why I think these prementus, they bite the male's prementus head after sex. There's a lot of those kind of interesting stuff. Okay, so I did a little bit light green. Hi. And then we are just talking about the sex. The insect sex. Okay, so let's give a little bit darker. Okay, green. And then, so if you're happy, that's good. If you are not happy, we are going to add a little bit color. I have been mentioned too many times, always start with a light color and add a little bit. Ooh, dragonflies too. Oh, I'm afraid of bugs. Ooh, dragonfly. If I go to do the garden, I love lily of a valley, but when I go to do the garden work, I'm like screaming every 5 seconds. Bugs, bugs, bugs. A lot of bugs. Okay, so that's my prementus. Oh, it's kind of too green. Let's add a little bit color to make a pop out a little bit. Yeah, dragonfly. But that angelfish, and then they have another fish. They call it sunfish. They are huge fish. It can go up to 1 or 2 tons. And then they don't have tail. It's like you cut fish in half. They only have a half of the fish in the front, and they don't have a tail. And then they can they can grow up to 2 tons. That's very big. And then they always want, and then sometimes some whale or some seal eat them, and they still swimming with like a half of the body. That's amazing too. Okay, so I'm kind of just give a little bit color. You can even give a little bit purple. Why not? Okay, so I know the nature. There's too many things we don't know. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. I was taking picture of them like, oh God, oh God. Eee! I know. It must be traumatized. I don't know. I think I saw the prementers in like a real life, where we can see the prementers now. I'm sure we don't have in Canada. The weather is too cold. Is it too cold? Okay. Okay. You can make another. The Valentine's Day is gone already. You can make another one and cut the head off, and put the in her hand. That will be fun, huh? Okay, let's see. One. Give a heart. Pretty. Texas, right? June, you are in Texas. You still have it? A lot of prementers? Wow. Can they grow up very big? They are not like a leaf size, right? That will be very scary. Okay, and then same thing. I have that little sentiment. I love you to death. Okay, here. And then we can do these. Tweezer help. So okay, make sure they line these. Okay, and do these. Tweezer. Tweezer. It's good to have a tweezer here. So that's other way to stamp. To cut in the stamp. There you go. And good. And then we can put our 3D eyeball. I think that's a really cute bug. Using it. Do they eat the whole head, or they just have a bite? Cool. Okay, so that's our number 6. We are going to do number 7, or frog one. Do we have? Is in the like a Zoom or? Well, I'm sure I don't want to see them in person because I don't like a box. They are so scared. They are so scary. Okay, we are going to working on our frog. So, frog. Even the frog. So this is a frog, and then remember the Mr. London frog? I'm looking for Mr. London Frog. My Mr. London Frog. Okay. So I gave one of these card to one of the viewer. Like I say, guys, leave the comment. I will send you guys cards. So this is the London Frog, and then you guys know how did I get the name, right? Because this impact, I always amazed how did the people come out with all the name for the color. So, and then this is London Frog. Sorry, this is a London Fog, because it took me a while to realize it's a fog, not frog. So one time I was like designing something, and I just say, "Oh, why they name this impact London Frog?" And I say, "Okay, in the London, the famous things is like fish and chips, the bad weather, and then do they have a frog? Is a very famous. That's why they call them London Frog." And then it took me a while. It's actually London Fog, not a frog. So this is all, Mr. London Frog. Yeah. So okay. This one, I made a car with a beautiful leaf in the background. So like I say, there is too many different ways to play with the digital. Once when you learn the base, you are going to love it. And then the size of this stamp is small, because I want to make, if I want to make the size like this, I can't really fit too many stamp in the set, right? And they're going to become so costly. So, but with the digital, you can, yeah, you can make all different size. Yeah, the story behind it is another one. I don't know. Do you have a budget? Not like a not car rental. We have a mechanic shop. It's called Budget, and then every time their commercial is budget breaker muffin, and then I say Budget, isn't that car rental company or like mechanic company? Is there a budget? They sell the muffin, and then after a while, I realized it's a budget, brake, and the muffler. They are fixing the brake and the muffler. They are not baking the muffin. Duh. Okay, let's move to our next card. So that's how I get the name for the Mr. London Frog. And we are going to working on our number 7 card. So this one, we are going to use our firm background stamp. We are going to have a few colors. So I'm going to just use the 2. I'm going to use the orange and the red, strawberry, summertime. Okay. And then we are going to use our magic mushroom. And this trick I learned from Tracy. Tracy, are you still there? Tracy, sure. Okay. So I learned from her. I didn't even know I designed this magic mushroom. I didn't know my mushroom can do that. Hi, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I learned this technique from her. So we are going to put the orange. Okay. You always start from the lighter color, and don't worry, it's not going to ruin your impact as long as you start from the lighter color. Okay. So I'm going to use a little bit darker color. Okay. If you found out your ink stamp doesn't take ink well, use a thin block or eraser to erase the surface. So you can see there is a lot of ink on my rubber stamp, right? If I just stamp like this, the ink will the stamp image is going to show see the my orange and my red is going to show the borderline. So I learned this one, Tracy. I actually use my magic marshal, kind of smooth the surface, gentle. Don't tap or bounce too hard, because if you bounce too hard, you are going to remove all the ink. So I'm going to just gently bounce around. Okay, try to smooth it. Okay, I'm going to add one more color to show. I'm going to add a little bit darker purple. So I'm going to just add a little bit around the corner here. Okay, and you can see the color jump too fast, right? So I'm going to use my magic mushroom. I'm going to gently soften it, smooth it, just like how you apply the foundation on your face. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, and I'm going to put the oil magic mushroom away. Okay, and then this is, I think this is just regular cardstock. Okay, I'm going to just put on top. I don't really stamp on my paper, on my stamp, sorry. I don't stamp my stamp on the paper. When I want to use the background, I usually put my card on top of the stamp and then rub. That's why I love these VersaFine, because they are very good quality impact. You can use a stamp positioner if you made a boo-boo, and then you can go back to fix it. So, but I am kind of lazy person. If I can just go there with a two-step, I try to go with one. Okay, so rub, rub, rub. There you go. See, it doesn't really show the border, right? So that's good. And take this one away. Okay, and okay, so it's totally up to you if you want to soften the aging a little bit. We can do that. So what's the difference? Look, they are exactly the same stamp, but one is with a black ink, one is a multicolor. It looks totally different, okay? And then you can even use, if you use the stamp positioner, you stamp 2 times, the color is more solid. Okay, so there you go. And then now we are going to do a frog here. So here's the frog. Okay, again, if you don't have a printer, you just cut your image, ink your stamp, put your card on top, okay, and then use a color block to pick up the ink. So this is what I do. What I do is I put the reposition tape here, and then so that way my paper is actually, well, let's see if I can find my reposition tape. So just pretend this is a reposition tape. So what you do is, okay, you ink your image, and then you use the reposition tape to hold in your die cut, and then you just make sure holding your acrylic block, and then you push down. So how to find the size? So you use the ruler to measure either the height or the width. That's how you adjust the size of your die cut piece from your design space or from your brother scan cut. So for the frog, okay, we're going to do the lazy way. So you can color with the markers, or you can just do the you can use the magic mushroom exactly like how we are coloring these pigmentos. So any way you like. Okay, so this one I am going to just maybe just use a marker is faster. So I am going to just do two color, one, two, ooh, maybe a little bit red. Okay, so after you choose your markers, you always you choose your color first before you start coloring. Okay, don't choose as you go. So like this color I don't like, so this color is good. This color is good. Okay, so these three going to be my frog color. And I need the color for the leaf. Okay. So let me see. One. Oh, this color is no good. So let me find the light green. Okay. So this green is good. This green. Okay. So I'm going to use the table is kind of messy. Only this one. Okay, so we're gonna do the coloring. Okay, so you always start with okay, thank you for joining us. You can watch the replay. Okay, so we're going to do these. Okay, and then I don't want to spend too much time to just coloring, so I'm just roughly coloring. So you see, I have a yellow and the orange, and then you use the light color, kind of just blending, drawing. The way I coloring it, not like a very expert professional, but it looks good. That's good enough. So you just have to find the way, which way you're comfortable the coloring. So always one light color, one dark color. Okay. So if like now I want to use a red color, I need a little bit bridge. So I need the orange color and the red color. So you always have to have a one light color as your foundation, okay? And then always start with a little bit. If it's not enough, we add more. Don't try to make a very dark, heavy color, and then we cannot fix it. And then so I use the orange and red, and I use the red orange to do the blending job. Okay, and then I can give them a little bit shadow here, and then I use the light color to do blending. Okay, you need a good quality cardstock. So if you are planning to use a copy marker, at least you got to use the 80 pounds cardstock. Okay, and then like I say, if you want to get a good thickness, you got to you can just layering with one plain card. Okay, so I love a coping marker because the not coping marker. I like all the alcohol marker. I am actually very happy with these Ohuhu markers because the color is very bright. It just looks good. See, I didn't spend too much time to working on the detail, and then coloring. Like I love this brush tip, so it kind of just give the foundation color. Okay, rotate it. Well, keep practice. Practice help. Okay. So leave a few of the bubble like these. Before I hate coloring because I'm the person I cannot stay inside the line like doodling. Yeah, but now I think maybe it's aging. I actually enjoy the coloring. So see, now I give it like a foundation, right? Even though I'm just using the one color, okay? I'm just layering. So my stroke was like this direction. Now I'm using the opposite direction. Oh, I lost one bubble, but that's okay. Just just one color. You can build out some. You can build out something too. Okay, it's very important when you are coloring. This is how I coloring. Okay, so that was just the same marker. Okay, see, I don't know, can you guys see well? If you are not sure, if you are learning how to coloring, okay, just try to use the one marker and then try to create the three different shading. Yeah, it is a brush tip. I found a brush tip is much easier to use. Okay, if you want to color like me, this is the how you start. Just do a square. Okay, try to fill it out. This is square. Okay, okay, and then use the same marker. Go 2/3. Okay, and then 1/3. See my car, you can see the light, medium, dark. So just keep practice. Okay, and then we are going to use the medium color. Okay, we just add a little bit. I found out the brush tip is much easier blending. Okay, like this. And then we use these. We don't have to use a lot of color. You know what? Try to keep it simple for start. Okay. See, I use this green to give a little bit shading. And then I use a lighter color, blending. Just try to hide that stroke. Or what you can do is you can use the magic marshal, give it the foundation color, and then use the copy marker, just give a little bit touch up. Okay, and then you can use the copy marker to do this, but I'm going to just use the magic marshal and then use peanut something, this color. And then we just kind of give a little bit shading around the border. This is really helpful. And then that's it. See? Not really complicated, right? And then if you want me to continue working on my frog, We can do that too, but I'm going to just stop right there. I'm going to do a little bit shading around the eye. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then you can use your white gel pen. Give a little bit highlight. Give it some toenail, some dotting. That's it. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like an expert to be able to color. And then later on, you want to add a little bit light blue, you can do that too. The trick is always light, medium, dark. If you want to, you need some color. For example, my orange and my blue, they cannot blend in together. So when you color, you use a yellow to create a bridge to blending the blue and orange together. So you always have to find that blending color between, right? And then like this frog is really red, right? So what I do is I usually do my frog this color and then I color with a light coat of a red. So that's why my color is very solid because I am not just using the red. I actually use the orange under the red. So that's why it looks a little bit different. Okay, and then we are going to just mount on our cardstock. So that's all orange. Okay. You can try the green frog. You can try even like a yellow. The what I do is usually when I do the coloring, I go to the internet and I found some um picture help me to color. Yeah. Okay, so and then that one, this one, it also come with the sentiment. Is this one? Yeah. So you can put anywhere you like. Or you can put your prementus and the frog together. You can use a scissor to trimming your frogs only. Too many ways to play. Okay, let's do this. This is our number 7. And then we are going to use our markers to do some coloring. Okay, and then you can use this one, the clear one, to create some bubbles, like this London frog. You can see just some clear on top. Pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to do this one again. Make sure they are parallel with your acrylic block. Okay, so that way you don't get a crooked image. I'll try to do my best. Okay, put. Okay. Oops. Too late. That's good. And I have some heart here. If we want to use that, we can use the heart here. Let's give you one heart here from the Prementis one. You have to make the time. We all so busy. Yeah, but you have to make time for fun. Don't wait. You know, recently we just found out my husband's cousin had a big car accident. You know, life just changed. Everything just changed. So don't wait. Do the things make you happy. Okay. Okay, so that's number 7 and number 8. Okay, number 8, we are going to working on some coloring now. Why my table is always messy? Messy. Okay, we are going to working on the markers. Okay. So in your kit, I usually see, this is what I'm talking about, because these orchid is a shadow stamp. So it cannot be the digital image, because the digital image is just black. So what I do is I create this image, and then you stamp it, and then you put your die cut on top. Exactly. We are all just the passenger. Okay. Do the things that make you happy if you can afford it. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Okay. So I'm going to just put my stamp on the table. Okay. And then I am going to, or what you can do is you can have a two acrylic block. Maybe this is easier. Okay. So you're going to have a two same size of acrylic block. Okay. And then you are going to put your die cut here already. And then I need my reposition tape. I was using it, and then no, I can't find it. Give me a second. Let me go find my reposition tape. You know what? I'm really a true artist. Where did my reposition tape? I was just using it. I can't find it, so I'm going to just pretend this is a reposition tape, okay? Just to put it a little bit enough, we can pick it up. Okay, and then now we are going to use the same size of the acrylic block. Okay, try to level this one because it's going to help when you are ready to do that. Okay. And then we press down, and then you pick up your paper, right? And now we're going to color. Or you can just make a 2D one. Let's see the 2D one. So we are making this one, right? This one is 3D. We can make one is a flat. We still have the set left, but we don't have the kit. So just make sure, because it's a 25% off on the whole online store, and then use this code after this workshop. You get another 5%. So you can still purchase the kit, but it's just I'm sorry, the stamp. There's a 2 stamp set. It's just don't have the paper kit anymore. It takes a while to prepare those paper kits. Okay, so remember, the new stamp, you always have to make it ready to use. So what you do is you can use the same block to sanding the surface, or you can use the eraser to erase the surface. I was show you guys the Mr. Dress Up, right? And then this is his clothes. Isn't that cute? Oh, my audience just fall. Okay, so we're going to color the stamp, and then in your kit, you usually have like a 2. I usually give you guys 2. So we are going to color. What does this one call in English? I was making like a real one. Something Kodoma or something. Okay, so let's do the coloring. Okay, so have your stuff ready. I'm going to just do a little bit. You know, I belong to one of the car swap. We meet 2 times a year, and then you used to have 15 people doing the swap, and now only 10. And then I was absent for a few years when I was doing my business. because I can't attending the swap. And then I was absent for a few years. And then now I'm going back. And then I found out 10, like 7 out of 10 people, they use die cut. Nobody really stamps anymore. So how about you guys? Do you still stamp or you use a lot of a die cut? I still like to stamp. I still like stamps, and I like die cut too. Okay, so we're going to just color whatever we like and give it a little bit. That's good, Tracy, because too many people like just don't stamp anymore. Okay, and then do this one, and then remember my famous coloring. Okay, so now we're going to do that. Remember in the beginning, well, we might not working, but we are going to do our best. Okay, so hold it and stamp. I don't know how many of you guys still go to the stamp show, the craft show. But I think, look at that. Okay, it's not perfect line out, but I think it's good enough, right? And I'm going to, if it is off the set a little bit, and then remember use the reposition tape. I couldn't find my reposition tape, so I'm using the regular tape. It's all kind of sticky. So a little bit offset, that's okay. So what you can do is you can use the magic marshal to kind of feed it out the gap a little bit. Well, but now the stamp show is getting just so small. Well, I can't blame them because for the vendors it's getting so like this year can't I can't go anywhere because the cost is just insane. Craft show and the stamp show is quite different. I think if you are in the Ohio, Cincinnati area, the Stamping Away is still a very good, strong show. They offer a lot of classes. Well, I'm too sad this year I cannot make it. Can you believe it? When I was in my business, when I was doing when I was in the business, I 1 year I did the 36 shows a year. Basically, I was living on the street. I mean, not on the street, on the road. Okay, so in your pouch, I probably give you 2 sheets. One is just give you to try the color. So one, we are going to just use there's a thing. Where's the date? There's a thing. Is it like a light color? One is just the desert sand, and the one we're going to show you. So this is just the desert sand, just a very light color desert sand. I think this is actually very pretty. It's just a very light color background color. You can use a marker, but we want a very soft color. So what I do is after I colored it, I use the magic marshal to remove most of the color. Okay, so this is the stem. And then for the sentiment, you can decide you want to use that or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my desert sand color. Where did my desert sand go? Me? It's right in front of me. Okay, same thing again. If you haven't used your stand for a while, you got to make sure standing with the same block or eraser to erase the surface a little bit. This will definitely help them to ink better. So I am using the desert sand, and then what you can do is you can even use more color. So I'm going to use a little bit this peanut color, just kind of touch up here and there, or you can use a light green. So you can have just the one color, or you can have a multicolor. I think this background is actually pretty nice. And then I'm going to just put, again, see, I don't stamp my image. Yeah, you can use your stamp for the positioner. It's a good tool. So, see, very, very soft and very, very pretty color. And then we can just mount on top, right? Or, so let's do one more time. I like the color. You know what? Every time when I stand, it still surprised me because I have never put the desert sand and these peanut bright brittle. I think that's nice combination. Okay, again, desert sand first, and you can decide you want that little sentiment here, or you want to put here, and then I show you how to do that. So I use my desert sand, and then I use my magic mushroom, pick up some color, just a little bit here and there. Okay, if you don't want that sentiment here, you just use a rack to remove that section. If you want it, you use a darker markers to color that. Okay, so you want it or you don't want it? Maybe I don't want it because I have at least a thank you sentiment. So I'm going to just use a rack to remove that part. Why not? I have a space. So I said, oh, I better put something there. So you decide you want to use it or you don't want to use it. Okay. So I'm going to, yeah, I enjoy going to, I enjoy the show. You know, I used to go to the show, and then after show, before I start my business, after I went with my friends, and then after show, we always go back to a hotel, do the show and tell. Okay, so the paper I'm using is from Marco's Glossy Cardstock. Those glossy cardstock is special coated for the water-based markers. So they are kind of clay coated. So when you stamp, those clay, it's kind of like a drywall. They will absorb ink right away. They won't smear. And then they have a glossy. They also have a matte. So you can find everything from their website. See how pretty it is. Okay, and then my okay here. I think today this color turned out so nice. I really like it. Okay, I'm going to do these. Okay. Put it here. Something very simple. Okay, and then I have my thank you here. So that's our number 8. We have 3 more to go. Okay. There you go. So I would design some these small block, like a thank you, happy birthday, and I will post on my website free for you guys, so you can just download it. And then what I do is I will put it on one sheet. So there's a thank you, happy birthday, Love is so kind, and you guys can just download it and print it and then use it. I found that is very useful. And then for those cards in any shape, so you can just put a little sentiment block and they can become any cards, right? So that's what look like. Okay, now we are going to move on to the number 9. The number 9, we are also use the same stamp, and we are going to use a watercolor. So we're going to use the same stamp here. We are going to use a little bit darker color. So I think dark brown will work well. Like I say, you can use your stamp positioner, okay, if you want to make a darker color. Oh, you are very welcome. Just I will do it this afternoon. So after workshop, just give me 2-3 hours to put that 5% extra discount. So if you guys want to order something, feel free to do that. So I'm going to do that. Should I? Because I cannot really see that sentiment. You know what? I am going to wipe off this sentiment because I cannot see it. I don't want to get a crooked image. So I just wipe off and make sure this side, this one. Okay, let's do that. And then rub, rub, rub. Okay. Give me massage. Okay, that's very nice. I'm missing some part here. See my stamp? I have some in here, but that's okay. Okay, nobody's going to know. Oh, we're going to put my flower bucket here, so nobody's going to know. Or we can try to put the sentiment here. Always try to fix your boo-boo. Okay, so let's do some coloring. Okay, coloring again is really depend on what would you like to use. You can use Copic marker, alcohol marker. You can use or magic mushroom. You can use a watercolor. You can. I will show you what we are going to do. We're going to use a local kings marker, but before we do that, we are going to cheat a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use our magic mushroom. I am going to give a little bit color first before I color with my marker, because our marker anyway, they are the markers, right? So these markers are designed for color directly on the rubber stamp. So if we want to use as watercolor, after all, they are just the marker, right? So, but if we want to use it as a watercolor, we can do that too. So what I do is I'm going to give a very light color. That's my foundation color. Not too much, just a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit green too. I need a bigger table, huh? Okay, I'm going to do a little bit green. Okay. And then I'm going to even do a little bit blue. Okay, just a very, very light blue. Very, very light. I always keep repeating, always start with a lighter color. If it's not enough, we add more. Don't make it too dark because we cannot make it lighter. Okay, now I have my foundation colors, right? And then we are going to use a marker. We are not going to directly use the marker on the stamp. You can, okay, but we are going to use this marker as a watercolor. So I use the markers, and I use one of my acrylic, and then put some of the markers on the acrylic. And then I'm going to use one of my paintbrush. Okay, and then we can blend in the color. Okay, and then we are going to color directly on the So I'm going to watercolor, watercolor. The reason they call watercolor because you have to use water. So we're going to just use these markers as a watercolor. Give a very, very thin layer of coloring. Okay. Don't try to working on the detail. We just want to give a little bit touch of the color. Okay. A little bit on the detail. Okay, so that basic, the blending with the mushroom, it does help, right? Because we can actually kind of hide the stroke. Okay, remember, use the color, and that's it. You don't have to color every single place. And then now we're going to do a little bit green. Okay, and then, okay, watercolor, watercolor. You're supposed to use the water. Okay. Okay, see, I don't really care about the outline. I just want to give it a little bit green. Okay, and then now we're going to do a little bit blue. Okay, again, very, very light color. Okay, light color. And that's it. That's how I color it. It looks not bad, right? And then I'm going to just take this one away first. Okay, and then we can, again, use our magic mushroom. Give it a little bit shading. On the side. I think that's really pretty, right? Fast and simple. And then we are going to just put maybe this corner or this corner. I'm going to just stamp something over there. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to, oh, I have another thank you here. Oh, see, nobody even, oh, yeah, nobody even know I made a boo-boo over there. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Then I think it's very pretty. You can even put a little bit like a glitter here. So put a little bit glitter. Just draw some. Let me see. Those kind of glitter gel. If you find out it's a little bit too plain, you want to give a little bit, just some glitter gel on the petals. I will show you just in a second. Can you see those glitter? Okay, and then after you do that, make sure put somewhere safe. You don't want to accidentally smear. So that's exactly the two same background with different color that looks really different. Okay, so which number we are? We are number 9. Who is number 10? Oh, the 10 is octopus. Okay, so octopus. We are actually going to stamp octopus. Okay, so that's our octopus. Okay, here's the octopus. Okay. Octopus. See the digital image, you can make a small, you can make a big, and then the octopus, this crow. Okay, so let's do that. Love this impact. It's just so fine and so detailed. Okay, so when you stamp, you can cut off some of the images. They don't have to be. It's a very pretty background. Okay, so I'm going to do one right on the one left, and then clean the table, clean the stand, and do another brown color. So you use the stamp to build out your background. Okay. Pretty. Okay, and then another right here. So you can use the stamp positioner. Oh, my table is so messy. I'm gonna run out of space now. Okay, this one go away. Okay, so these they don't. When you resize them, they don't. But you can purposely change the shape. Yeah. So if you just resize them, they will not get the distort. But you can purposely change them. Yeah, that's why the digital image is awesome. Okay, so for the octopus, we are going to do the lazy way. We are going to just color with the magic mushroom. You can color with the copy markers. You can where did that simple go? You can where did the octopus? This one I color with look at the very cute one. You can kind of change the shape. If you use a design space, you can just unlock the height and the width, and then you can make your octopus a little bit choppier. So and then see, actually I changed the direction. You can change the right to flipped it. It's just awesome. Okay, so same thing. Yesterday I hugged somebody. I think she was sick, and now I have a little Totoro. Ah. Okay, so we're going to apply some color. Okay, always remember, too many times I keep repeating, and we always start with a little bit lighter color, gently brushing it, or unless you are really like coloring, see, like a copy markers, or not copy marker, alcohol markers, you can enjoy the coloring part. Okay, so I do a little bit darker, and then I'm going to find a little bit lighter blue. You should start with the lighter color first, okay, and gently brush, okay. Don't give like a big chunk of coloring on top. We want to hiding or stroke, okay. From the side, gently brush some part, and they can be blending the color. We just give them the foundation color from outside in. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit green, or we can even do a little bit yellow. Okay, let's try a little bit yellow. And then when the yellow meet blue, it becomes green. Broader skin, it's good machine. It's just you need a little bit more information. Anything this design space, the Cricut can do, the broader skin and cut can do too. But the only thing is you need to have a 10 times more knowledge how to use it, how to make it happen. So And then, but this design space is just for the beginner. You can just get into it right away. And then this design space, if you want to do the print, you have to purchase the extra software to be able to use the print feature. And then I just found out it's a little bit challenge. So if you have it, you can make it work. That's good. If you are thinking about to purchase one, if you ask me, I will definitely highly recommend it. So that's my octopus. I think it's really pretty color already. And then same thing, you can use your gel pen to give a little bit highlight you want. You can put some glitter. Okay, like this. And then we can stamping. If you want to stamping the same sentiment, you can stamping it, or you want to stamp something else, you can do that too. And I think the color is very pretty. And I didn't do anything. I just used the magic marshal and did some brushing. And then if you want to later on, you can use the alcohol marker, add a little bit more color if you want. So that's totally after you. You can still working on it. So like this orange. So the foundation color is really helpful to make that's the trick why some people's coloring looks so nice. Some people it doesn't make a difference because the foundation color. Okay, and always start from the light color and then slowly add the darker color. So that foundation color, and then you just add some copy markers. I'm not copy markers, alcohol markers. And then voila. Right? Okay, so that's one number 10. The last one is is about the coloring. Okay, this one. Hey, I did all the embossing, but I create a video, a trick to show you how you can split it up. I didn't use the heat gun to do one by one. I use a grill pen. So it's actually, if you want to do a lot of the embossing card, the grill pen is a really great choice to give a try. So because the grill pen, when you do the embossing, first of all, because I hate those powder. And then I use actually 100 pounds cardstock. So if you use a heat gun, usually the paper will kind of like a bend a little bit. But when you use the grill pen, like the grill pen, when you make a pancake, so what I do is I just stamping with a Versamark and then just sprinkle my powder. I did like a 50 card in only like a 20 minutes. I have a video. Go to my website, take a look. The grill pen, when you make a pancake, the grill pen, yeah, to make a pancake. So that you can just, and then I think I used the 300 Fahrenheit, and then it's only take a 5 second. Yeah, grill pen, yeah. So and then you can create a lot in the very short period of time. Okay, so for this one, we are going to use any metallic color. You can use I don't know, you guys know what is a Twinkie H2O? Is a kind of paint, watercolor paint, but they work well on the dark cardstock. Or you can use the gel pen. The gel pen I was share with you guys in the beginning of this video. So the gel pen, they work too. So you can use the gel pen to color. Let's try. So you can use a gel pen to color them. It's actually very pretty. Yeah, take a little bit time, but now a lot of retired people, they are looking for something to do, like a paint by number. Oh, I like now I say it. I don't think so. I can do it, but maybe 5 years later, I maybe will fall in love. Like a diamond dot, they have some kind of pattern. You just follow the number and then put those kind of blinking stuff on top. Okay, so you can use the gel pen to color them. The embossing is really make a difference. It's kind of created some kind of hill to make a color very easy. You don't have to worry about the go over the line. But I use this art crust palette. I have these over 20 years and I still have a lot. So I think now you can find all different kind of paint which is working well on the darker cardstock. So you can use the brush to color them. So it's just another technique coloring. So when I almost dipping into my coffee. Let me have some coffee. I know I have a friend. She did a diamond glaze. Oh, you remember the car swap I was talking about? She did all the diamond glaze, and I have another friend. He's a guy. Actually, he finished. He actually sent his dog's picture to some company, and then they create a pattern, and then he actually colored it, and then so there's a lot of a custom made. So I use yeah, diamond dots. I don't know. Now I say it. I can't do it because before I say, oh, I can't do the coping marker, and then few years later, I'm like in love with it. So now I don't want to say never, never. Okay, so I'm going to just to remember if you want to do this, you have to be on the dark cardstock, and it looks kind of unique, isn't it? Okay. Okay. So I think this art crust is no longer in the business, but I'm sure you can find other brand to do this. It's nothing special. It's just a watercolor paint which is work well on the dark cardstock. Okay, so I'm just going to color them. Yeah, all different kind of color. Oh, the gel pen. The gel pen is inexpensive and easy to find. And then I actually enjoy it. So if you are looking for something to kill the time, if you have a time to kill, this is a one option. Okay, because this embossing is really helping to create the outline. So you make sure you just stay. I know I keep telling the people this, and then this Cricut. I think I don't know how much there. I have my Cricut Air 2 for over maybe 6 or 7 years. They work like a charm, and I never have a problem. In the beginning, I have a problem because it happened all the time. They cannot read the sensor mark. But I think the company actually did a lot of update. They actually make this machine better and better. So they keep updating it. Um, overall, I will say they make it better. But some feature they kind of change it. I'm not really happy with it, but you can have all right. So but I will highly recommend it. It is a good machine. And like I say, anything you want to learn, send me a message, leave me a message, or send me an email. Let me know, and then I will do my best to create a video to share with you guys. Yeah. So, why you give it away your Cricut Air 3? Ask them to give you back and I give you your brother's skin card. Say, hey, can we switch? Can I have my Cricut back for a while and I give you my? I'm sure maybe your friend they are not even using the Cricut, right? Say that's a switch. Oh, and then the good part for this coloring. Let me see. I have a Maker 3, but also want to try any size of color on my Joy. The Joy Extra. I don't have a Joy Extra. But if you have a Make 3, is good enough. I think the Joy Extra. I don't know the Joy Extra. I have to do some research. Oh, one more thing I want to say is the embossing is actually make the coloring so easy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you something. I'm going to bring close, right? So I don't worry about where is my embossing borderline. I'm going to just color directly on top. This is kind of like those foil sticker, isn't it? Okay, so there is some image is suitable to do this embossing. So see the way I color, I don't care about the outline. I'm going to just wait until it's dry. I'm going to just wipe it off. I think whoops happened. Okay, I'm going to fix this one. Hey, well, I'm sure if you actually say, "Can I borrow back?" I switch my brother's skin and cut. Maybe she's going to love his brother's skin and cut. Okay, just borrow it. Maybe she's not using it. It's no hurt to ask, right? Okay, I did a little bit boo boo here, so I'm going to just use my brush, kind of clean my boo boo here. Okay. So the Guel flying pen, is very helpful too. So now, you know what? If the Joy Extra can cut the 8.5 by 11, I think it's good enough. But I don't know what's their printing limit because even with the Air 2, the like a regular Cricut, the printing area I think is under the 7 by 9. And then for the Joy Extra, so if they can take an 8.5 by 11 inches cardstock, that's a pretty good cutting size already. I'm just don't know what's the printing image. So I did a few video talking about the like they can cut the 8.5 by 11. Really? Online say is print. Oh, maybe that I should get a new Joy Extra because you can print up to 8.5 by 11. That's really good. I think it might. Oh, we have to do some research. Oh, the last things I need is to have another machine. I actually have a one more brand new print brother scan and cut in the box, but I bought it because I was using a lot, but I really, even me, I'm having a problem to using it. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit too much, a little bit too frustrated when it's not working. So, oh, maybe I'm going to, after today's workshop, I'm going to do some research to find what's this joy. Oh, but wait. But if you get a joy, you have to buy the 8.5 by 11 printing mat. But the 12 by 12, there's a lot of compatible one. So, well, maybe they will do something to make the air or the maker, the printing area a little bit bigger. You know, they already changed the sensor mark is actually work much better before because before when I print the image send it to the machine, I think 3 out of 10 the machine usually have some problem to read the image. But now, as long as your printer have enough ink, okay, they usually doing pretty good. They usually can read the sensor mark very well. And then, but I just did one video. The topic was when your machine cannot read. What you're gonna do is you're going to turn off the layer, only keep the printing layer, and then send it to machine and then come back to do the other layer. If still don't print, you are going to remove your printing sheet, shift a little bit like a zero, like a quarter inch away from the top and bottom. Sometimes that will work too. Okay, so that's our number 11 car. Hey, we are just about 1 o'clock. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about today's workshop? Yeah, so I don't know. I have to do some research about this joy because I know a lot of people have this joy. Why you buy the joy? Because it's cheaper. The price is cheaper. But if they can print up to 8.5 by 11, I think that's really good idea. Yeah. Okay, so that's everything for today. You are very welcome and thank you so much for joining me online. And then this is my last online workshop. I don't know, never say never, right? Because maybe one day I get so bored and go design another rubber stamp set and we can have another workshop. I don't know, but so far I am enjoy to working on those digital images, and then I'm really hoping you guys give a try. It is so much fun because they have a lot of things you can do once when you learn the basic, and then like I say. If you're confused, you don't know how to use the machine, you know what? If you have any question, well, don't call me, but send me I don't really answer my phone, but I always answer my message. So send me an email, send me an email or message. Let me know what do you want to learn. And then I will do my best to create a video to answer your question. Yeah. So why is it hard to make a background in the digital? For the background, turn background into a digital is not a big issue if you are just print, but there is hard to turn this image. This is background image. It's hard to turn to the die cut image. For the printing image is okay, but there is no point to make this one digital image because this is just one solid um, background, right? But for like this firm, and this window background. So we can make a digital image for print, but we can't make a digital image for this firm. Is the limit. Yeah, so that's why some of the background, like these octopus, this one consider is the background because when I designed it, I was going to only have a 3/4 of these octopus, but I really don't want to lose the whole shape. That's why I kind of give up the space. Instead of have a full background stem, I kind of have a three. So if the background stem like this, I can turn into the image, have no problem. But like this one, I can turn to the digital image, no problem. But this one, I'm going to have a problem. This one, I can only have an outline. I can't have a inner cut. And then this one, because the digital die-cut machine is limited, even though they are actually pretty good, but they are still limited. They cannot go too detailed. Yeah. You know what? I really don't know because I at this moment I am trying to convert my rubber stamp image to the digital image. And then I don't know, but there is some like I love marine animal like underwater stuff. I want to have a more like a whale shark, like tropical fishes. I don't have enough of those like manatees. I think I will design more underwater stamp. But am I going to have a rubber stamp or not? I cannot promise that one yet, but I will definitely design more stamp, the digital image. Once when I round out the rubber stamp image because I want to transfer it to the digital image. But I don't know. Do you guys want to have another workshop? Maybe half a years later? I maybe but I already say this is going to be my last online workshop. I don't know. Do you guys want to have another online workshop, something like this? Maybe you can do it. I don't know. So I still have all my machine to make a rubber stand. I still have enough rubbers, the easy mount phone to do maybe few workshop. But if you guys want to, okay, so here is what I'm gonna do. I'm not promised yet. Is there any image you guys want to have? I can design it, and then I will definitely put on my design list some stamp that we don't have. Um, maybe I can maybe do another workshop half years later. Maybe once a year. Yeah. So, but I need your help. Send me the email. Let me know what kind of image you guys are looking for. So I would definitely want to have a because I still have the machine, right? So yeah, I still have the machine. I can still make the rubber stamp, but I think soon or late this rubber stamp is going to be like an antique because of how many people are really making the rubber stamp, right? Everybody moved to the clear stamp, and then yeah, because it's a lot of work. Yeah, but we will see. Hopefully, well, hopefully, maybe we can have another workshop. Yeah. So, well, send me an email. I will start to mark down, and then maybe we'll come out some idea, and then we can have another workshop half years or maybe next year. Well, that's very scary, isn't it? Okay, so that's everything. And then you know what? If you guys watch those cards in any shape, if you guys like it, the idea, I need your help because I don't know. Somebody must hate me. Every video I launch, they always click thumb down. Why? Dislike. I don't understand. Which part is dislike? So if you guys watch those videos, they are still pretty new. I need your help to just click a like for me. So that way, maybe will help me to get somewhere. Okay, hey, we are on time today. I hope you guys really like today's video. And then remember, it's a 25% off, and then plus 5% off if you guys are thinking about to try those image, the digital image is only $1.99. Okay, and then now it's 30% off, so it's a pretty good deal. And then this promotion is going to be a week, so don't order yet. Okay, I will actually I finished 50 digital image. I have a 25 available online now. I have another 25. I will try to um list it this week, and then so it give you some enough time, so don't order yet. And then because they have the other 25 digital image will be available online. So and there's a lot of free digital images, so you guys can give a try before you purchase. So let me know if you want to see some new images, or if you want to try those digital image, or you want me create some video to show you guys step by step how to do it, don't hesitate it. Just leave me a comment, send me an email, and then we will go from there. Well, I would like to thank you so much for joining me for this online workshop, and then hopefully we will see you in another workshop maybe half years later. Okay, thank you guys, have a wonderful weekend, and then keep in touch. Thank you guys, bye 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 bye.